EJ and Marilyn were like hand in glove. When I think of Bethlehem Haven, I think of the two of them working together.
Yeah, we had a very strong partnership. I think it was built on trust and humor and hard work and just being really committed to the mission and wanting to make a better life for the women we served.
The original Bethlehem Haven was in the basement of the Smithfield United Church, and they didn't quite know what to do with me at first.
He was volunteering down here, and he'd just have a screen up and he'd see the women. I
met Marilyn. She had recently been hired on as the new executive director of Bethlehem Haven.
So when I came on, I was frustrated because all we were doing was a Band-Aid. I didn't see any way the women could progress out of that situation.
When EJ stepped in and said, well, listen, let's not close the door to this. This is a very important thing. We don't want to see these women being put onto the street. And let's see what Marilyn can do.
So we decided to raise $2.5 million. That's what it took to move out of that basement. And then we faced a lot of people wanting us to not move here. Zoning issues, we had a variance and we ended up in court.
Well, EJ said, you know, when Marilyn sinks her teeth into things, she gets it done. So a number of months later, she came back and said, I've got commitments for $350,000.
Litigation was completed in our favor, and we completed a $2.9 million capital campaign. Our goal was to raise about $2.2 million.
He always knew that that's what we had to do to grow and to be sustainable, is to make sure we had enough funding for the mission.
He was the conscience of the board, kept the board motivated and interested and enthusiastic about what we were doing.
And then the Health Care for the Homeless program came in, and we started doing that work.
It's a healing program, actually. And if you're really sick, you need to be in a type of program instead of being on the streets, you know, because being on the street is not going to heal you.
You know, they get their treatment and then they can go straight to the streets and end up back into the hospital. So this helps them to recuperate and then get placed with housing also.
And the program entails health care. They get you to your doctor's appointments. They make sure you're eating properly.
We'd have more comprehensive care on site, and women didn't have to leave. And that was the big change.
We have a registered nurse, we have a social worker, we have a team at age and full of doctors.
She developed an organization that went from an emergency shelter in the basement of a church on Smithfield Street to a tiered program of support which moved people from homelessness to being able to live independently.
Being homeless is tough. It takes a lot of courage to live on the street and make it through day to day. And I think she saw something wonderful in each one of these ladies and knew that with the right amount of support and help that she could empower them.
When I met Miss Marilyn, she seen something in me and she just kept encouraging me, and she offered me a job, and I didn't think that I could do a job because I never held a job, you know. I mean, she knew my ugly past. She never judged me. She never made me feel uncomfortable. And now it'll be almost 19 years I've been here, and I owe it all to Miss Marilyn. Miss Marilyn made me feel that I was worth something, and I had something to offer, and I ran with it. If I meet Miss Woody Hawn, it's okay, but Miss Marilyn's my movie star. She's my movie star. I love Miss Marilyn.
Everything she did was about taking care of the people we served. Marilyn drove the mission, and EJ drove the whole consciousness of social justice, and for that, we've served thousands of women over 35 years. They are the two most important people in what we are today. And their shared commitment was incredible. And because of that, we were able to do a very, very good job for literally thousands of women.